Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our second day of competition here today. We're in the at the 2019 Canadian Boccia Championship here in Victoria, BC. Nous sommes ici à la deuxième journée de compétition au championnat canadien de boccia au centre, au beau centre Pacific Institute for Sports Excellence. Nous sommes dans le match, encore dans la ronde préliminaire, ici des matchs importants entre Dave Richer du Québec et Mike Mercer de Terre-Neuve. So these are still in the preliminary round, important matches for these two athletes, Mike Mercer from Newfoundland and Dave Richer from Quebec. The results from this game will determine who advances into the semifinals. So you're going to be watching a very important match here today with two high-level athletes. And so on va souhaiter bon match aux deux athlètes de Québec et de Terre-Neuve. Mike Mercer, numéro 202 avec les balles rouges. So Mike Mercer has throwing out the red balls, and he's in his warm-up right now, number 202. And you'll have Dave Richer and number 203. He will be throwing out blue balls today. So please stay tuned to watch this game as they're going to wrap up the warm-up. They will begin shortly. So as you know, the player that has the red balls gets to start this first end. Games are played in 4 ends. Each athlete has a chance to throw out their jack ball in each of their respective ends. The athletes have to remain in the players area box, and they're delimited by the green lines that you can see on the court. And so they are not allowed to touch any of these lines as they are playing. So Mike is now lining up his chair, getting ready to throw out the jack ball. The jack ball for all the teams is a white ball, and that ball has to be in play. Donc, les athlètes doivent s'assurer de mettre le cochonnet, la balle blanche ici en jeu. Et ça se fait avec la ligne de V en avant. Donc, Mike est prêt de Newfoundland pour son premier lancer de la partie. We're waiting here for the indication from the officials to begin these matches. And that was the jack ball is ready. And now he's going to throw out his first ball. First ball is very crucial. It sets the tone for the game, puts the other team on the defensive. And as right now, Dave is requested to go out and see. So players are allowed to request to go see the area play because the vantage view when you're up close and more of an aerial view, you have a better idea of the distance that needs to be acquired. So Dave Richer was first discovered boccia when his wife Annabelle Lefebvre was a physiotherapist here for the Canadian Boccia training squad. His first competition was in 2010, Défi Sportif. So we'll see how he contours this, his first ball, how he's going to do with this. And it's a little long. It's the referee will verify the distance. Obviously, the athlete that is closer to the jack will get to gain offensive position. So the referee will verify. Sometimes definitely a few centimeters different can make a difference. So Dave was successful. When we're looking at this angle, it's hard to tell, but right now that was a good decision from the referee to measure in order to establish who gets to throw the next ball. So Dave now on the defensive has to continue throwing a ball until he is successful at beating this shot. Donc maintenant, l'athlète de Terre-Neuve, Mike, doit lancer une balle pour voir s'il peut être encore plus près du cochonnet. C'est réussi. Donc maintenant, aux joueurs du Québec à rendre l'appareil. On se prépare, grand respire. And very good shot. So as you can see, these athletes are going toe-to-toe, shot per shot. Mike is coming out to look at the work he needs to do to get in closer. Both of these athletes are rivals and also friends. They respect each other and their ability to play as fierce competitors. Donc, les joueurs ont des respects mutuels entre eux. Ils se respectent en tant qu'athlètes et aussi comme personne. C'est vraiment beau. So Mike is going to get ready now, lining up his chair, very important. Okay, these athletes are in manual wheelchairs right now. That's mostly for their gameplay. To get around town, they use electric chairs. And there's a shot, and very good. So, like I said, toe-to-toe, shot per shot. These two are going, it's not going to be an easy one. Some more information about Dave. He was a bronze medalist at the Para-Pan Am in 2011. And his first international competition was at the Provincial Championship in 2012, 2016, and gold medal in 2019, Défi Sportif. So again, medalists here. And I have to shoot again. Donc, il va prendre un deuxième lancer ici. Okay, so Dave goes get some composure there, needs to stay calm. So as the athletes, they also being part of the national program, they're definitely exposed to mental preparation, physical preparation. They have a rigorous training schedule. Donc, les athlètes ici, au niveau national, font partie des programmes de préparation mentale, préparation physique. On va voir qu'est-ce que Dave peut faire ici. Et voilà. C'est un coup très, très important ici. This is a very, very important shot at this point of the end. Again, like as I was saying, these athletes are part of the national program, have adhered to physical preparation, mental preparation. There's a support staff, and they take good care of the athletes in order to prepare them to be competitive at this highest level possible. Mike is preparing. Got a piece of his block in front there, unfortunately. Gonna make his job a little more difficult. But then again, a block for him is also a block for his opponent. Il va y aller avec le lancer du haut. And powerful push. And might be successful here. Let's see what happens. So it wasn't enough. So as a player has to continue throwing, it means that he did not, he wasn't able to successfully beat the shot. Donc l'athlète continue à lancer jusqu'à temps qu'il puisse être plus près du cochonnet que son adversaire. Il lui reste une balle pour réussir cet exploit. He has one ball left to get in there and score. And he had 10 seconds left on the clock. And it was a very good shot. So Dave will come out and see the play from Quebec and come out and see what the situation is. At this point, it's unclear who is actually scoring. There's 1 minute left. The 1 minute time has been indicated here. Oh, Dave has 2 balls to throw. So he wants to see what the score is right now, because it might be in a situation where, obviously, with all that traffic around the jack ball, he might be thinking about conceding his two balls. So we'll see what he decides to do.
30 seconds.
There's 30 seconds. And at this point, he's going to have to really, I'm thinking he might not be the one scoring, so he's going to attempt to bring out some change. And he has one more. Who's scoring, he asks. Red is scoring right now, and he has 10 seconds. And their shot goes wide. Obviously, with a little amount of time like that, it's very difficult to get a proper shot away. So the referee will decide the score. Needs to measure. Is inviting both athletes to come out and see. L'arbitre a dit qu'il devait mesurer. Donc, les deux athlètes sont invités à venir vérifier cette mesure afin de déterminer qui va avoir eu le point. As you witness this first end against Quebec and Newfoundland, both players have gone shot per shot, and we can definitely see that there's not a lot of difference in the distance with these balls to the jack. The referee uses different tools to measure. Like see here, he has thin paddles that he expands to see the difference. Sometimes you will see them with the red paddles, red and blue ones. And looks like he's getting ready to make his verdict. Donc l'arbitre se prépare. Les athlètes doivent retourner à leur boîte pour finaliser. Puis les deux athlètes doivent s'entendre sur la décision pour cette première manche. So this first stand here, the referee will indicate who has had the point. And it's indicated that is 1 for red. So Newfoundland scores 1, 0 right now in this first end. So we'll be in 1 minute. We're starting the second end of this game where Dave will be throwing out his jack ball. So we're about to begin our second end of this BC2 category match in Canadian Boccia Championship here today in Victoria, BC. On s'apprête à commencer la deuxième manche de cette partie dans la catégorie BC2 au championnat canadien de Boccia. Donc, le Québec représenté par Dave Richer, ici, va s'apprêter à lancer son cochonnet et sa première balle. So waiting for the referee to hand the jack ball to the athlete, for which his time will start now officially for this end. So in the second end, we have Newfoundland leading here 1-0. And there you go. It decides to put the jack ball right in front at the V line. Donc, il a décidé d'aller la partie courte au V. Le cochonnet est en jeu. C'est seulement le cochonnet qui doit traverser la ligne. Donc, maintenant, il a placé une bonne balle devant lui. La balle bleue ici est en ligne avec son adversaire, ce qui est idéalement qu'est-ce qu'on veut voir. Et là, on attend, l'arbitre doit attendre le signal du temps. Le chronomètre, c'est très important parce que tous les parties sont chronométrés. Donc, les BC2 ont quelques minutes, 5 minutes ou 4 minutes pour jouer une manche. Maintenant, au tour de Mike. So Mike now is setting up for his shot. And nice curve shot. You see that? Gave it a curve and got a piece of the jack to create some space. So obviously, Mike was successful in moving the jack far enough from the ball. So Dave will now attempt to beat that shot. Donc Dave, maintenant, c'est son tour à contrer ce lancer et reprendre l'offensive. Très belle poussée, très belle poussée. Une poussée suivie, so a nice push and a follow. So that is a very good technique. Instead of going right for the jack, he used this blue ball to push it forward, and now he's covered the jack a bit more. So it will create a little bit more difficulty for Newfoundland here to move the balls in order to create space for himself. But he's probably going to go for a very hard shot to create more space now. Again, not an impossible shot, very possible, but as you see, it's continuously, because of the blue ball in front, is creating a situation where he's going to have to use a few balls to create space for himself and also to score. And it comes down to the athlete that is effective at gaining offense with the least amount of shots possible. And there it is. So he took two, created some space, and was able to gain the offensive here after just throwing out two balls. So Dave will line up and get ready to see if he can be successful with this one shot. And there it is. Created some space. And now his job is to score on with the next ball. Donc, il a créé de l'espace, poussé le cochonnet encore, éloigné la balle rouge du cochonnet. Et donc, là, maintenant, son travail, c'est de compter un point ou prendre l'avantage avec cette balle. Et a manqué la cible de justesse. Donc, il va être obligé d'utiliser une autre balle pour faire le travail. So now he's going to use his second ball to gain advantage on this end. He's taking a little bit of, doing a bit of a rapid fire there. He needs to take his time and regroup. Some athletes sometimes tend to start being excited and not taking the time. So now I think Dave realized that he's able to take a little bit of time now for his next shot because it's very important. And there it is. So he was able to get that point here with his last ball. Mike has 2 balls left, 3 possibly. So he is definitely at the advantage side here with 3 balls remaining and not a lot of traffic in front of the jack. So we'll see what he does. Donc ici, Mike, il lui reste 3 balles. Il n'y a pas beaucoup de trafic en avant de la balle, malgré que la balle bleue en arrière, il faut y penser. Hein. Si on joue trop fort, on risque de pousser le cochonnet vers la balle bleue qui est en arrière. Donc, il y a des choix ici, soit en placement ou défoncé. Il y a quelques options. On va voir quelle l'athlète va prendre. Donc, il est assis dans sa poussée, mais encore bleu maintient sa position. Donc, en ce moment, si les choses ne changent pas, il y aurait 2 points pour le Québec. Et on va voir si ça, c'est assez. Mike ne pense... Là, il peut aller pousser sa balle bleue, mais il va venir voir. C'est très important. So Mike's coming out to see if that one, that last shot was able to score. And then he'll decide what he needs to do. He's got a little smile on his face. We'll see what he's thinking. Probably happy with himself right now. Okay, he's lining up, taking a good look. And big push. Big push. Now the balls have been thrown. Referee will take a look at the situation. Obviously, he calls up the athletes to verify measurement. When the balls are that close, it's important to take the time to do appropriate measurements. The athletes have to be very, very careful when they come around the playing area to not move any of the balls. So the referee advised them to stay far enough. So waiting for the results here in the second end. Very important end here. Definitely, Mike, Dave would like to get on that scoreboard right now. It's important. We're not looking here at a bit high-scoring game because these two athletes are very, very similar in their style. So we'll probably be down to the last ball for sure. Donc on mesure ici. Encore des vraiment important d'égaliser ici la manche. On risque d'avoir, là, il demande l'arbitre en chef pour aider avec la mesure. Très important ici, comme je dis, c'est avancer dans la zone, dans la ronde semi-finale qui est en jeu ici, donc on ne prend pas de chance. Et l'arbitre en chef arrive pour vérifier la mesure. Elle enlève tout pour ne pas nuire à son travail. So your head referee here, Donna, will measure again, and her decision will be final. Donc encore, je vous dis l'importance de ce jeu. Ces athlètes-ci, on parle d'avancer à la semi-finale. Pour aujourd'hui. Donc, Dave, ce serait important certainement pour lui de gagner cette manche. we're talking about very, very, very close here. Okay, so we're using smaller and smaller paddles every time just to tell you how close these two balls are to the jack. He's definitely they're looking at possibility of equal distance right now. When the distance, I'll wait for the results. Okay, so let's see what the call is. And one blue. Okay, so Quebec gets on the scoreboard here. And the score after the second end is 1-1. 1-1. Very good end again. Bonne manche ici. Le pointage, Dave a réussi de faire un point dans cette manche. Donc, le point après la deuxième manche, c'est 1-1 Québec-Terre-Neuve. Et on s'apprête pour la troisième manche. L'arbitre n'a pas ramassé les balles bleues encore, ce qu'il va faire en ce moment. So the referee will now pick up Quebec's balls to give to the athlete. Again, you will not be disappointed with these two athletes. They make every game exciting. They have, like I said, a mutual respect for each other, but they're fierce competitors. And stay tuned for continued interesting and challenging match here. Donc, les deux athlètes sont très, très compétitifs. Ils jouent à un haut niveau de boccia ici. Donc, Mike, maintenant, de Terre-Neuve, va lancer le cochonnet. Des décisions à faire ici. Il doit penser à où il va lancer le cochonnet. Va-tu jouer court, loin? Il y a des décisions à prendre parce que l'athlète doit penser, mon adversaire, c'est où ses forces, sont où ses faiblesses. Et souvent, on pense à ça. Je vois qu'il y a le regard trompeur ici. Je pense qu'il s'en va plus loin aujourd'hui. C'est ça. Il a décidé d'allouer un peu plus loin, mais presque au même endroit que la première manche. Les athlètes, souvent, se spécialisent dans une région du terrain. Donc, the athletes often practice a lot in one area of the court in order to become expert in that area because they have control of where the jack is going to be placed. And obviously, they always want to go to a spot where they have the highest rate of success for their first ball. And see how Mike does here. And that is a successful first ball. It's close to the jack. It's lined up with the opponent. Donc, Mike a réussi d'envoyer une balle, une bonne première balle en ligne avec son adversaire, puis près du cochonnet. Donc, comme je disais en anglais, les athlètes souvent se spécialisent dans une région du terrain afin de développer un haut pourcentage de réussite avec chaque lancer et surtout la première balle dans une région. Et on y va avec ça. Et c'est correct. On a une petite poussée ici. Mais ça ne change pas le résultat. La balle rouge était déjà en train de compter. Donc, the red ball was already scoring, so Dave now is going to see if he can get in closer. And we'll see. The referee will check if that's enough to make it happen. And no. So Dave will use a third ball here to gain the offensive on this end. Donc, je vous rappelle, on est la troisième manche. Le pointage est 1-1 au début de la troisième manche. So we're in their third end, and the score is 1-1. We'll see here it's an important end for both players. So Quebec has already thrown out 2 balls here to gain the offense on this end. We'll see how he does with his third ball. So both athletes have 6 balls to play. And the balls have different texture and consistency, their hardness. So as he progresses down his arsenal of balls, there will be some difference in them. So if you see maybe a first shot that went really, really far, not a problem. And then you can see some that don't roll as much because they're softer. And that might be enough to gain him an advantage on this end right now. Referee will verify with appropriate measurements. Donc l'arbitre il va mesurer, voir si ce lancer a été assez pour prendre l'offensive ici dans cette manche. Je vous rappelle, vous êtes au championnat canadien de boccia ici à Victoria, BC. Just reminding you that you're joining us at the Canadian Boccia Championship here in Victoria, BC. We're in a BC2 category preliminary round match, and athletes are fighting for a spot in the semifinals here. Donc, les athlètes de Terre-Neuve et Québec c'est le débat pour voir qui peut accéder à la semi-finale. Il y a d'autres parties en jeu, donc on a encore beaucoup d'enjeux ici, mais c'est important. Le résultat de cette partie va être très important. Donc, en ce moment, on va voir si ça a été assez. Oui, ça a pris 4 balles pour Dave de battre ce coup, mais l'important, c'est que c'est fait. Donc maintenant, Mike is now going to approach the front of his box, line up his chair to see for his best possible shot here. He does have 5 balls remaining, which we'll see if he's effective. And Dave only has 2. So that one didn't do it. He's going to have to take another shot to gain offense on this end. Donc il doit être obligé de prendre un autre lancer pour prendre l'offensive dans cette manche. Un peu trop fort, la balle a défoncé, mais est-ce que c'est assez pour pousser la bleue? Ça peut avoir poussé la bleue du cochonnet, et donc la balle qui est à côté, à la droite du cochonnet, peut être plus proche maintenant. Donc il y a eu un changement, on doit mesurer. Chaque fois que l'arbitre mesure sur son temps, ça ne coûte pas de minutes pour l'athlète. Si l'athlète demande une vérification au niveau de la mesure quand son chrono a commencé, le chrono continue. So any time that the referee does measurements in order to make a decision on who gets the next shot, it doesn't affect the time for the players. But if the timer has started for the player to take the shot and the player demands a measurement, then there is it does affect it goes on their clock. So now we have Mike needs to shoot again. So Newfoundland has not gained control of this end yet. He has 3 balls to do it. There it is. And not enough. Okay, so there's a couple options. I mean, obviously, if he can use the balls that are there as a backdrop, he could definitely gain access to the jack that way. He can also go directly to the jack. Not sure at this point how much he's exposed, how much he can see it. Unless you're in the player's box, you really can't get that vantage view. He also can go and try to push the 2 front balls towards the jack. But it depends again. Now he's maybe playing with the balls that are a little harder or softer. That one sounded hard. And again, some changes. And he did it. He did it. So that ball was enough to get in closer. Now Dave has 2 balls remaining to gain advantage on this end again. So he's really asking his opponent there to back up. And most athletes, the courtesy is to back up when it's the opponent's time to shoot the ball. But depending on if they need more space, it's normal to ask. So it's a big important shot here for Dave. Donc ici, c'est un lancer très important pour Dave. Et trop fort. Ben, l'idée était bonne, mais il peut avoir poussé assez le rouge, mais pas assez. On voit là qu'il doit encore lancer. Il veut voir ici, demande à l'arbitre combien de points que rouge a. Il dit 1, il ne sait pas. Il y a 1 minute de reste, il veut qu'il mesure. Donc, si Dave veut savoir combien son adversaire a de points. Mais on espère que l'arbitre peut faire vite parce que, comme je vous dis, il reste à 1 minute. Et c'était sur le temps de Dave. Là, le chronomètre roule. So the timer is going right now. And there was 1 minute left. And hopefully the referee can do quickly and determine that there's only 1 point right now for red. But again, 30 seconds. Donc, il y a 30 secondes. 30 secondes, c'est beaucoup de temps. Il prend son temps quand même. Et un peu à droite. Donc, Dave n'a pas réussi de prendre l'offensive ici. Donc, Mike a le potentiel de compter un autre point. Donc, il va prendre son temps. So Mike here is getting ready for his last shot. My 1 minute timer has been indicated. So we have definitely 1 for now, and see if we can get 2 points. So all the balls have been thrown. The referee now will measure to confirm the score. We'll see who wins this end. Donc là, l'arbitre va mesurer pour voir qui a les points, combien de points. Il avait indiqué que c'était un point pour Newfoundland avant le dernier lancer, mais là, c'est la confirmation. So now he's using a measuring tape to establish the distance. So the closest blue, and then the closest red. So we're confirmed that it's 1 red. Maybe 2, I don't know. I don't know if he didn't check the other one. Might even be 2 now, I'm not sure. So we'll wait for the final verdict here from the referee. And it's 2 red. So after the third end, it is now 2 more points for Newfoundland to bring it to 3-1 in the third end. Donc, à la fin de la troisième manche, Newfoundland vient de compter 2 points. Donc, le pointage est de 3-1. Donc, on s'apprête pour la dernière manche ici contre le Terre-Neuve et Québec. On est encore dans la zone préliminaire. Donc, en ce moment, tous les points, tous les parties gagnées font une différence ici qui avance à la ronde de demi-finale. Donc, j'espère que vous aimez ce jeu. On a quand même eu un très bon match ici entre ces deux athlètes. Donc, un peu d'informations sur le joueur de Terre-Neuve, Mike Mercer. Il fait partie du programme depuis 2011. Donc, il est un assez nouveau joueur. Bon, Dave a décidé d'aller un peu plus loin sur le terrain que la première fois. Donc, là, on s'apprête pour son cochonnet. Et ça, c'est une belle balle. C'est beau. Donc, comme je vous dis, après sa compétition au championnat canadien en 2013, Mike a décidé qu'il aimait l'amour du jeu et donc continué à s'impliquer. Et il fait partie du programme national en ce moment. Et donc, il y a beaucoup de passion. C'est un athlète reconnu dans d'autres sports. Donc, ici, c'est pour ça qu'on voit le niveau de jeu est très, très élevé. Et voilà. Je pense que c'est peut-être assez. Et on vérifie. Si l'arbitre a eu son travail pour lui, ses athlètes lui donnent beaucoup de travail. Chaque fois, il faut mesurer. Juste pour vous dire à quel point que, ils sont capables de rendre cette balle-là au cochonnet là, de façon très efficace. Yeah, the referee has had his work cut out for himself today. So as I see, so red is closer. And now Quebec will be throwing out his second ball. Donc le Québec, Dave doit lancer sa deuxième balle maintenant parce que Mike a pris l'offensive. Encore le but, c'est de prendre le moins de balles possible pour réussir le lancer. Donc cette balle était quand même assez molle pour pas bien roulé pour Dave. Donc Dave va lancer sa deuxième balle. So Dave's going to throw out his second ball. Now he uses a pendulum shot. It's a little harder. And he misses the target. And that ball will probably be out of play. Again, going out to see the play serves a couple of purposes, to calm down, to see what's going on, maybe give them an idea of what a better vantage view of the positioning of the ball around the jack. Okay, so that distance is becoming challenging for Dave here from Quebec. Il s'apprête pour son prochain lancer. So it'll be a crucial last ball here. And there it is. All the balls for Dave Quebec have been thrown. And now it's up to Mike to decide what he is going to do. There's a lot of traffic in front. And he will see if he's in the danger of changing the outcome with the ball. So one of his shots, he's going to make sure. So at this point, if he doesn't change anything, doesn't throw out another ball. If the ball is scoring, he is in a position of winning this match. So now he needs to decide, do I take the win? Do I try to make more points? And again, at this stage of the game, the win was enough for Mike, so he decides not to shoot any more balls. So he's not risking it. There's no need to do point differential. Obviously, the athletes before they came to this court in this game had all the scenario. If do I just need a win? Do I need points? And at this point, the win was more important than the points differential. So Mike concedes his last 5 balls, and he has now gained 1 point in this end to bring the final score in this game against Quebec and Newfoundland 4-1. Donc, les pointages finaux ici, avec ce match, nous avons Newfoundland 4 contre le Québec 1. Comme j'expliquais tantôt, Mike a décidé de ne pas lancer ses balles parce qu'en ce moment ici, en la zone préliminaire, à la ronde préliminaire, l'important c'est de gagner de la partie était plus important que le différentiel des points. Donc, il y avait trop de risques ici de possiblement faire avancer la balle et Mike avait déjà le point. Donc, c'est pour ça qu'il a décidé de concéder ses balles. Donc, pompe partie, pointage final 4-1.
And please stand by, all you YouTube watchers of this bocce game here in Victoria, BC. We may do an interview here with the winner, Mike Mercer. Stand by.
So I'm joined here with Mike Mercer from Newfoundland, and today he just won an important match against Dave Richer. How do you feel about that? He feels really, really good. I have his father here. He has the mic in case just to help me understand, because as you know, sometimes some of the athletes are nonverbal, but he was able to respond to that. And so his next match, do you know who you're going to be playing against in the next? Because you're advancing to semifinals. Do you have any idea who you're playing against, or it's still undetermined?
Haley Redmond from
Haley?
Newfoundland. From Newfoundland.
So it's going to be a semi-final match against Newfoundland. Haley, how did you feel towards the tournament? Good. You're looking very confident. How is that? Are you feeling confident in this tournament? Yes. What other sport do you play?
Sledge hockey.
Sledge hockey. Because I know that mentioned a couple of times during your games that you're very athletic. And what made you choose bocce?
Yeah. You like the sport? Yeah.
You like what part of it you like? Is it the strategy? What's the best part? The strategy. So it's a different type of sport, maybe a little bit more quiet, but a lot of mind. You have to think about every shot. I find that over the years, have you changed your playing style a bit? Yes.
Yeah.
In what way would he have? I know that he started real quick. He advanced really quick in the system because he is an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you find that to you as his father to see what has changed in his game approach?
Well, I'm a coach too, so I coach the Newfoundland team.
Sorry, we have people who are not aware that we have a camera going on. And I'll let you answer to that.
So he started just overhand throwing, but he's becoming much better at the underhand throw now. So you saw that in that game as well.
He's proficient in both,
Yeah.
which I mentioned that as a very important asset for athletes to be able to, especially in the BC2 category, as people understand that the BC2 categories athletes have some core difficulties, but definitely their arms. So if they can develop the overhand and underhand, and I see that that's giving you another arsenal when you make those powerful shots and pushing and displacement. So good success in the continuous of your semifinal games. We'll be looking forward to watching that, and also great success for you in the future with the national program. Good game.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the interview. That wraps it up for today. We're going to be getting ready for our next match. Thank you very much.